So students, we are starting with nested loop and the practical activity. Here we will discuss the programs which are based on nested loop and how the nested loops are being executed. That also can be seen. There are two ways to do the nested loop. One is by using the for loop, another is by using the while loop. So both the things we will see in some parts of this particular video. All right, so this video tutorial definitely will be helpful for you in order to understand the nested loop and its activity. Nesting of loops. All right, so now a loop may contain another loop as a part of its body. This loop inside the loop is called a nested loop. Once the condition of the outer loop is true, the control is transferred to the inner loop. Now let us see the programs that can be that we can with the help of those programs we can understand what is actually the nested loop. Now you see here the two loops have been used where the for loop have been introduced. This is called outer for loop and this is called inner for loop. So inner for loop has to complete this execution, then the next rotation of the outer loop will begin. So in this way the nested loop executes. All right, now it has been given 1 to 6. The outer loop has been given the range 1 to 6. Within this range it will run. That means it will run for 5 times, 1 2 3 4 5, and for every rotation the inner one will complete its rotation, complete its number of rotations. So if the value of I is 1, first case, then what will happen? I 1 plus 1 means 2. That means 1 to 2. Range is given, then 2. That means it will be executed only for one time, because you have seen earlier that the range function runs starts with the initial value, then it stops one less. That means if it is given 1 2, that means the loop will be executing two times. All right, sorry, one time. So then next value of I will be 2, then 2 plus 1 will be 3, then 1 2 3, that means 1 2, that means two times. Second time the loop will be executing. All right, now you see that how the output has been generated out here. Okay, so that is actually the functionality. Now you see, yes, I told you the first time when the value of I is 1, the inner loop will be rotating for one time only. When the value of I is 2, the inner loop will be rotating two times. When the value of I is 3, that means 3 plus 1 is 4. So 1 to 4, how much? 1 to 4, that means 1 2 3. These three times the loop will be rotating. So I'm coming to the whiteboard once. I equals to when 1, then what is becoming? I equals to 1, then for it is given for j equals to for j in range, it is given 1 comma, that is I plus 1. What is the I plus 1? 1 plus 1 is 2. That means the loop will start running from, as per the functionality of the range function, it will start for running from 1 and it will stop in 1 less. That means 1 less than 2, 1 less 2 means 1 only. So the loop will be executing how many times? One time only. So when the I is becoming 2, so then it will complete its rotation and it will go back to the outer loop. When the value of I is 2, it is becoming I plus 1 is becoming 3. That means how many times the loop will be running? First for the 1, next for the 2. That is 2 times the value will be generating. So here quite rightly the two values have been generated. And when the value of I will be equals to 3, then what is becoming? I plus 1 is 4. So it will become 4. So how much it will be? How many times it will run? The range function, as per the functionality of the range, 3 times the particular things will run, and each time the value of j is printing. That's why what is happening? 1 2 3 1 1 2 1 2 3, then 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 has been printed. So that is the functionality of the nested loop. Now next, what is happening when it is coming to 1? When the inner loop is running, starts running from the value of 1, then what is happening? 1 is within the range, so first time it will run. When the value of I is 2, then what is happening? 2 is within the range, so the two times that will run. Okay, second time it will run, and when the value of I is 3, sorry, the j is 3, then also it is running. But when the value of j is becoming what, how much? 4, then what is becoming? Then what is happening? It is coming out of the loop. Then where it goes? It will go back to the first loop once again. So then from there it will take the another value, because I will become next time how much? 4. So 4 plus 1, it will become how much? It will become 5. Then what is happening? 1 2 3 4 will be printed. So quite rightly here you check out here. So 1 2 3 4 only has been printed. Now you check out here I equals to 5. When I equals to 5, then I plus 1, it is becoming 6. So then how many times the loop will execute? 5 times. That's why we are getting 5 values out here. Moment the value is becoming 6 for j, then it is coming out of the loop, and slash n has been given out here. If the slash n would not have been given, it will print straight. So line, actually the slash n is actually creating the it is equivalent to pressing enter. It's if line. So inside the program we cannot go at the time of execution, so slash n has been given. This is called an escape sequence, which is actually creating a new line feed. So the next time when it is being printed, cursor is coming down to the next line and the another line has been printed. Okay, in this way it is running. That is the functionality of the slash n. Now we are going with the another program as well. We'll see out here. This program is very easy to understand. This will give you an idea that how without the nesting also we can create a nesting environment. That is the thing, actually run module. Okay, so you see the output, then you will understand. You can see previously you have done 3 is to run. That is not a question, done and done has been printed. That is the any way you can do it, because the star asterisk and the string, how many number of times you will give, that many number of times it will be executing. Okay, now the thing is that n in range up to 6, so it is starting from 0 because we have not given mentioned anything. Okay, that is the purpose of the range function. That is the functionality of the range. All right, now the thing is that first only the value is 0, and ptn plus equals to ptn means what? This is actually a kind of concatenation. Concatenation means joining of strings, so it is actually stands for ptn equals to ptn plus string. That means what is happening here, ptn is actually storing for the first time, this is the null value, and then as it mentioned out here, null value, and along with that star will be added, and finally the string will become equals to star. Now now what is happening out here, you see out here star. So star, what will happen, star will be printed once. Okay, then it will not come out since we are inside the loop body, because this is called indentation actually. So indented block will be inside the for loop block. That is actually the type of Python programs. That is the nature of the Python program. Afterward, whatever you will, if you follow the indentation, means these two statements are inside the for loop. Now you see out here how this is, how this happened. Okay, then leave this particular statement. Okay, now next value of n will be how much? Next value of n will be equals to n equals to 1. Then what is happening out here? 1 means what? 1 times, that means what? 0 and 1, 2 times the value will be executing. Okay, clear. And then in this way, when n will become 2, then what is happening? 0 1 2 3 times the loop will be generating. Okay, loop will 3 times the star will be generated, and it will be concatenated inside the ptn. Means if when the n value is 3, then ptn will have the 3 stars. That's what it has been printed out here. You check out here, that's the thing has been printed out here. 3 times it has been printed. When the value of 4, okay, 0 1 2 3, that means what? 0 1 2 3 4 times the particular star will be stored into ptn, then the same value has been printed. So without having the for loop, this type of programs also gives us the gives us a type of nested loop programs. Okay, nested programs. Okay, fine. So apart from this, there are so certain patterns you can generate to understand this one. These are all like sample programs in order to understand the nesting of loops. Now you see here in this program what is happening. It start from 7 1 minus 1, means there is a tendency to go back. It's starting from 7 and it is going back always. Okay, then what is happening here? 7. So output we can guess easily. When the value of this is 7, next value will be 6, because it is decreasing my by 1. So 7 minus 1 6. Okay, so first time you comes when the value of I is 7, then 1 2 7 minus 1 6. That means 1 2 3 4 5 will be printed for the first value. Okay, for the first. When the value of I is 6 next time, then 1 to 6 minus 1, that is 5. So 6 1 to 5 means 1 2 3 4 will be printed. Okay, in that way, because the range function always gives us from the beginning 1 less. Now let us execute the program once, then you could be able to understand it. Okay, see here what I am doing here. Yes, so see the first value is 1 2 3 4 5. Again we are going back to our this board, whiteboard, and you check out here when the value of I is 7, then what is happening in the next phase? What will be the execution phase? For j in range, it will be evaluated like this way: 1 comma 7 minus 1 6. Then what are the values will be printed? 1 2 3 4 5. That is the purpose of the range function. From the beginning, from the initial value, it will print one less, one less. That is the purpose. So when I will be 6, then what is happening after 7? Because it is minus 1 has been given, 7 means 6. Okay, so then 6 minus 1 is how much? It will be 5. Then what is happening? It will be one less. That means 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4 will be printed, yes or no? Just check out 1 2 3 4 has been printed. So in this way it will keep on executing in this way. When the I value will be after 6, it will be 5. Then 5 minus 1 means 4. Okay, so then you see out here, then how many it will be printed? 4. So this is the execution of this particular nested loop program. Okay, students, whenever you are executing these programs, specifically for the practically, I mean to say practically, that will give you a better idea. You can manipulate the value in order to understand the output and all, and you can see easily guess after one or two after executing one or two programs, you see that you will be able to do it yourself only. So here the range has been taken in this way. So first of all, this is, see, I'm coming back once again as I'm doing now in the whiteboard. You can see out here, first value is I equals to 6. Then what will be the range of j? Means how the j will be executed for j in range. Okay, it is given how much, you see 5. First value will be 5, means it is one thing is clear out here, that the program will start executing from 5. Okay, for when the I value is 6. Okay, so what is happening? 5, then 6 minus 1 is how much? 6 minus 1 is 5, and then 6 minus 1 is how much? 5, and then it will be minus 1. Range is minus because it is decreasing. Okay, so 5 to 5 only one value will be printed, and it has been given minus 1. So what has happened? Means as per the execution, this is coming as 5. All right, now what is happening? When it will complete its rotation for the first time, it will go back over there. Now I will become how much? I will become now 5. Yes, I will become now 5. All right, then what is happening for j in range? Next time what will happen? Previously it was 5. Here also it is fixed 5. Then what is happening? I minus 1 now. So the now it will become how much? 4. Okay, and then it will be comma, it will be minus 1. So it will be happening how much? From 5 it will start, and it will print up to 5 comma 4. Okay, in this way the execution will take place. Now let us check out once with the execution whether it is correct or not. Okay, check out 5, yes, 5 4 5 4 5 4 3 5 4 3 2 and 5 4 3 2 1. So one thing is clear out here, that is fixed into 5. Next, what is happening? The j I will be decreasing into 4. Then what is happening? Sorry, here I mistake, by mistake I've written 4 out here. So okay, for it will be, now your students will see for, okay, for j in range. Okay, so it will start again from 5. Now what is happening? It is coming up to 4. Then it is decreasing by minus 1. I minus 1, that means how much it is becoming? It is becoming 5 minus 1, uh, sorry, it will, the value of I is value of I is 4. So 4 minus 1, it is becoming 3, and it is minus 1. So as per the things, the execution steps will be 5 4 and 3. So here it is quite rightly, it has been executed as 5 4 and 3. This thing you have to understand, that how you are going to manipulate your steps, so you will get a proper output. Little bit manipulation will generate the different types of output. All right, so in this way the output has been generated. You see out here, I have shown you here also the same thing. Okay, the same thing here, is nothing wrong. If the executing steps are not perfect, then you will also be able to understand. And I have already told you what is the purpose of slash n. Slash n is actually give you the, it is actually the new line feed. So when it will be completing the execution, what is happening? It is coming out, and then it is going back to the next loop. Before going to the next loop, it is just executing slash n. So the cursor is coming down to the next line, as we have seen in the output. Little bit I am just changing this one. I'm making it 7 and making it out as 6. You see out here how the output has been changed. You see out here. Okay, now you see source has been modified. Okay, so I'm executing now. You see out here it has been started from 6. Okay, little bit I have changed. You see out here how this has been changed. So the value is coming out here. It's being starts with the 6 and it's coming out here 7. 7 minus 1 is how much? 6. So it will be executing only for one time. Then 7 minus 1 is sorry. Then when it will go to the next execution, I value will become 7 minus 1 6, and it will come out here 6 minus 1 is 5. Then from starting from 6 it will be going up to 5. So in this way the particular loop is executing. All right, so the thing is that this is the execution of the nested loop. So where what is happening, the when the once the condition of the outer loop is true, the control is transferred to the inner loop, and when inner loop completes its rotation, that means it is terminating first, then only that does the outer loop terminate. Okay, then only the outer loop terminate. That's all about the nested loop. We will meet in the coming sessions with some other programs.